Hi, everybody. Welcome to the UC Davis Extension info session on data visualization with Tableau. We're glad you're all here today. We realize people are going to be coming in as the session is in process. That's fine. The first few minutes will be our agenda and etc. So they will catch the core stuff as they come in. For everybody that's here, thank you for joining. We are glad you're here. We're excited about this program. We'll be launching our second run of it within a few weeks. And so this is exciting for us. Let's move to the first slide and talk a little bit about who we are. I'll start. My name is Alex Lowry. I'm a continuing educator. Specifically, I'm the senior director in our Center for Program Innovation, starting technology programs primarily. I've been the academic lead on this program.
And I'm Liz Price. I'm your program administrator / program representative. I assist students with general questions and answers about our program, logistics. I've been working at Extension for a little bit over 3 years, and I've worked on multiple online programs. Data visualization is a newer program that we just launched, and so if you do need assistance, I'm probably your first point of contact. So welcome. And then we also have Joanna Seibert, who is not on the panel today, but she is the associate director, and she can assist you, but she would not be your first point of contact. I would be.
Perfect. Thanks, Liz. Great. Our agenda today, of course, the welcome, and we are glad you're here. We'll be in the call with materials to share for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we'll have time for Q&A also. The topics we'll cover will be careers in data visualization, so really about what's the job market look like for folks that have this skill set. We'll talk about the courses. We'll go over, there's 3 courses in the series, so we'll describe each of them and their instructors. Their instructors aren't here today. They're working professionals like yourselves and couldn't spring for today's session. And then we'll talk about the class experience. So Liz will go over what you can expect as you come into this offering. It's the delivery model is specific to this particular need. You'll get synchronous time with instructors, as well as self-study materials to help you to understand what to do. And you'll be working within the tools, so it's a very practical set of experiences. And of course, we'll have time for questions and answers. Some of them we might take offline and answer out of the call. Others we'll be able to answer right on the call.
Okay, so we have a little poll for you, and we would just like you to know, we would want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you here today. Let me see if I can get this up real quick so you can see it. And so we would like to know, what is your experience with Tableau? And then also, assuming that you would like to start with our introductory course, we would like to know which offering best fits your plans for learning Tableau. We have a couple of sessions that are opening up soon, and so we would like to gauge interest.
And it's great to see your votes coming in. On the first question, we're interested in knowing, I've never used Tableau, or I've used it a little bit, or it's loaded on my machine, I've logged in once, right? What level are you? Or I'm an experienced user, but I'm looking for the tricks that will help me get to the next level, or I've been using it like Excel, but I know I can do more. Those are the types of things that will help us to calibrate today's session to your needs. And then really understanding what's your near-term view in terms of coming into the course, July 16th, or September 10th, or next year, or I'm just looking, or I'm thinking about it.
And no answer is a bad answer, right?
No answer is a bad answer.
All answers are good.
Exactly.
All right, we'll give you another few seconds to participate.
Yeah, it looks like we have about 25 of you have answered. There's about 35 on the call right now. So if you haven't answered the poll yet, please make your selections. We'd love to hear from you in this. Great, we'll leave it open for about 10 more seconds. Great. Thank you all. Okay. I think, can you see, I think people can see this. Yeah, let's share. Okay. Let's share the results. All right, so just looking at the results, our biggest result area is folks are pretty much entry level with Tableau, interested in exploring it as a potential tool for their work. The next biggest population are folks that have used Tableau but are not yet confident in the use, maybe not using the full range of capability. And then we have a smattering of people, that's an official Tableau numerical value, that are regular users looking to become expert, and another smattering that have Tableau available to them but haven't really used it. And then in terms of the timings, this is just useful for us. Thank you for providing this information. July 16th looks like the most popular in this group, which makes sense. You're near term to a decision on this, and hence you're here at this session. Thanks for providing your answers.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and let's go on to the next. So let me talk a little bit about what it looks like for data visualization and Tableau in the job marketplace. And let me just start with big picture. The IDC, International Data Corporation, a large analyst firm, estimates in a recent report that they made that by 2020, the world will generate 50 times the amount of data as it did in 2011. That's an enormous exponential amount of growth in the amount of data available. And it's coming from, in that future years, not too far out, 2 years out, 75 times the number of information sources. So think about all the sensors that are out there now on our streets, in our houses, in our utilities, in our washing machine, on your phone, from the pictures that your phone is taking. There's all the data from the web and the use of the web, your buying habits, your browsing habits. There are a host of sources. Your cars are starting to throw data. The data is just everywhere, and it's increasingly detailed. It's increasingly informative. It's increasingly precise to industries. At Davis, we're seeing sensors on the end of agricultural equipment that detect what the status is for a plant. So all these sources of data provide fantastic opportunity, real potential to understand the problems that we have in an industry, to gain insight, to see opportunities, and to turn those opportunities into reality if there are people that can help to communicate and interpret what that data means. So that means that people that have the ability to extract, transform, and analyze and represent the data, those people are going to be increasingly in high demand at companies, in public service, really throughout our society. So this is from IBM. IBM, an organization called Burning Glass, and the Business Higher Education Forum developed an analysis recently also that projects the number of job openings for data-savvy professionals in the US will increase from the current amount, about 2.35 million, to this amount, 2.7 million every year by 2020. So that's driven by a bunch of sub-classifications, right? In the category of people that are data-driven decision makers, that amount is expected to be about 100,000 new openings by 2020. For people in the roles like data scientists, data developers, data engineers, about 700,000 openings every year by 2020. We saw the trend up already in 2016. There was a 31% increase in jobs calling for the data visualization skill set. So this the skill set is increasingly in demand. Let's go to the next slide. So for Tableau, our courses are focused on Tableau as a high utility tool for this skill set. So folks that are looking for the generalized skill set by itself, abstracted, this set of courses is actually a combination of Tableau tool use plus the data visualization concepts and skills. Tableau itself has value in the job market. It job titles that have Tableau in them, they have an average salary of $102,000. If you go to Indeed and you look at Sacramento area, you'll find that jobs that Tableau skill sets can get you, they range from intelligence analysts with about $64,000 a year to data scientists with $130,000 a year. Oh, and it's great. I see questions coming in, by the way, folks. If as you have questions, you're welcome to put them in on the in the chat window. We'll answer them likely at the end, but if something comes up that we need to answer in line, we'll do that as well. Let me go just to the last slide here on Career Outlook. We have a tool from Economic Modeling Corporation, and what this tool allows us to do is to scan a local job market like Sacramento and see how many jobs were there last year. So this is jobs data. It scraped all the jobs data. There were over 700 unique jobs in Sacramento last year from May to May with Tableau in the description. And these are the types of jobs titles that were there: business analysts, research analysts, data analysts, consultants, both business and research, data scientists, software engineers. Further down on the list, and with counts that didn't make this list, there were managers and project managers, the business decision makers also who need this skill set. The data shows both, one job that got posted 7 times, but it's not a unique job. It's the unique job is the 1. 7 is the number of postings. The total is the total number of postings. The unique number is the number of unique jobs that are created. There are 700 of them last year. So it's a good opportunity. And in being close to San Francisco has over 9,000 of these jobs. So in our region, this looks like a really promising field. Let's talk a little bit about the courses. It's a 3-course series. Each course lasts about 6 weeks and is a 2 continuing education credit course. I'm going to take you through in this section each of the courses and talk a little bit about the instructors and a little bit about the courses themselves and what they contain. So first of all, our introduction to data visualization with Tableau. For those of you who in the survey said, "Hey, I'm new to this. I'm new to Tableau," this is a great place to start. And really what it is it's a functional introduction to data visualization. It's going to teach visual communication and information design principles, the concepts behind this stuff. And it does that within the context of getting you started with Tableau. What are the hands-on types of things that I need to be able to do to get outputs that work in terms of sharing my data? It's taught by Suk Brar. And let me tell you a little bit about Suk. Suk is a business intelligence professional. He's got 10 years experience in statistical and predictive analytics, data forecasting, and data visualization. He's worked in industries spanning from traffic safety to the optical industry, and now he's in healthcare. His passion in data analytics has led to research publications on traffic safety and human behavior, so he's really digging into this space. And most recently, his focus has been on telling stories with data through effective and informative data visualizations, which has led him to really, really loving and being expert with Tableau, both in his work and in his private practice. He is the teacher also in our health informatics courseware. He's one of our teachers there. He has a Bachelor in Science and Psychology from UC Davis. He's got a Master's in Arts from California State University, Sacramento, and an MBA from UC Davis. In this course, I think I described it a little bit, but the takeaway I'd like you to have is that this is going to make you really solid with Tableau, give you solid skills, and also the why of how you're applying those skills. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so our second course in this series, it covers it's dashboards for exploratory data analysis. And really what this is about is it's going to deepen the instruction with a focus on exploration in the data. And what does that introduce as problems in trying to create something useful for your data consumers? One, you're going to need to know more about interactive design and best practices when users are exploring the data to get their own insights. You want to know dashboard design itself. How do you put a bunch of different data pieces on a screen and help users to be able to navigate that? So the user-focused design is really an important component of this course. You'll also go through the full steps of working up a big data visualization dashboard from the business planning stage. So you'll do planning, pre-production, import, preparation, visual analytics, and at a more advanced level, you'll be making your own dashboards. And in all of these courses, you'll be doing case studies and reviewing the work that other people are doing and really learning from good and bad example dashboards. Let's look at some of the things that Suk likes. These courses will start with basic tabular data. You'll find that Tableau is a great system for navigating tabular data and allowing users to navigate tabular data. And it can be interactive, right? This can be an exploratory type of experience for users. And you can get more complex. Let's see the next one. You can map the data. You can map the data with tooltips so people could mouse over the circles and see what they mean. Let's go to the next one. You can present the data in ways that are very visual. So give people a clear and instant reaction to the set of data that you are presenting through something like a heat map. And finally, you'll be putting it together. You'll be putting it together in a dashboard that allows people to explore the data and get insights on their own, which is one of the strengths that Tableau offers. The final course in the series is Visual Data Explanations. And what this course focuses on is, first of all, the courses have a spiral curriculum. If you can imagine what the shape of a spring looks like, right? You start at the bottom and you spiral around up. These courses do the same thing. They touch on a lot of the same concepts and they touch on a lot of the same capabilities within Tableau, but they get increasingly complex and increasingly nuanced so that you can continue to develop your skill in the tools. Having a data story that stands by itself can be one of the most complex things that you'll do. And so Visual Data Explanations is the course that will teach you how to develop something that's going to stand by itself and tell the story that you want to express with the data. The types of things that we focus on here are more advanced topics, spiraled up topics from the previous course. Infographics, storytelling, and explanatory analysis as concepts, project planning, pre-production, making sure that you've got alignment across your organization, advanced Tableau functions, storyboarding and storytelling, and finally, the final project. Let's look at some of the examples here. Josh, let me talk about Josh a little bit too. That's my bad. Josh, who teaches this, he's a senior consultant at Analytica Consulting. He's got a master's in science and predictive analytics from Northwestern University and a data mining certification from University of California, San Diego. So he's certified in multiple skills associated with Tableau, including he's a Tableau developer and he's an expert database implementer. He's got data governance, data implementation, predictive modeling, and SAS, R, and Python expertise. So he's pretty much a full stack Tableau user that's supporting, as a consultant, complex organizations in California. He currently works as the development lead for the California Department of Public Health and provides Tableau training for various clients. So let's look at some of the visualizations that he likes. And thanks, folks, for putting in the questions. We'll get the questions at the end. So you could look this up on Google. You can Google the Simpsons Visipedia. The story here is that this is a visual data. This is an example of a visual data explanation that you'd be parsing in the class. You'd be looking at this and criticizing it, right? Or trying to understand, what makes this work? Is it good? Why is it good? Does it have flaws? What are those flaws? You can see that it tells a linear story along the top navigation and gives you a lot of insight into The Simpsons, right? So let's look at the next one. Including some, for a long-running show, is this what you'd expect to happen? Is a fall off an audience? Well, yeah, one might expect that. but as you look at these visualizations, you'll start to think of, okay, what do I want to do as my visualization? What type of stories do I want to tell? How do I want to guide users through the story that my data has as an interesting component? And Josh will be pulling in tips and tricks and techniques that help you to do this effectively. And let's see the last slide, including things like putting in the images in the visualizations so that they really are, they're custom to the visualization that you're trying to create, and that they're bringing out the emotions and the tie-in with the subject that you're trying to bring forth. And in the final form, you'll be developing in each of these courses a visualization or a project of your own. And by this third course, your projects are going to be portfolio quality. They'll be something that you can put up. You could put it up on Tableau Public, like this visualization is. This is on Tableau Public. Anybody can see it. You can put things up like that as well to showcase your work, and that can help you to really to express to people that are going to be interested, hiring managers and the like, what you can do with this capability. All right, so those are our 3 courses, and Liz will now take us through what it's like to be in these courses.
Yep. So the courses are completely online. The way that it works is that you're given access to the course on a Monday, and according to the instructor schedule, we have scheduled live instructor-led webinars. So for the upcoming July 16th course, your class will start on that Monday, and then the following Thursday, you'll have a class with the instructor where all the students log in at the same time together. You're using Zoom, which is the software that we're using right now for the webinar. So if you're able to view this webinar, you'll be able to participate in the sync sessions that are happening. And basically, the way that the webinars are, you're going through kind of like the instructor is showing you how to do things, asking you to do things while live. You'll be able to ask questions on the spot. You'll be able to view assignments before you meet, so that if you're having issues with any of the assignments, you can be in your group together and actually work through your problems together, which I think is really helpful and is something that kind of you get back from having an online class. If you were in an in-person classroom, this would be something that's really natural. But if you're on an online class, that doesn't always necessarily happen. So these live instructor-led webinars enable that to happen. The videos and curated reading assignments. You also have a chance to download PDFs, so you can download the lessons in PDF form, and you can use it to reference it back later. I always advise students to download those PDFs while they have access to the course, so that they can actually go back and reference it. It's a great learning tool, and a lot of the projects are, hands-on, real-world projects. We estimate that you'll probably spend, your hour and a half in your online live sessions, and then about 2 to 4 hours a week with the self-directed study. So, it can be, I would say, at the most, you're probably going to be spending about 6 hours a week. If you want to kind of go through things a little bit slower, then, of course, you can take your time with that as well.
Let me just say too, these classes are really for people that appreciate the guidance of having an expert instructor like Josh or Suk look at their work when you're doing your assignments and giving you feedback and specifics on how you can be better at the thing you're trying to create. So that's there are ways to learn this on your own through self-study. We are UC Davis Extension has a course like this up on Coursera that's self-study. When you get the instructor guiding you in your discussions in class, and also helping to look at your project work so that you get real feedback on the things that you're working on.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great value add. So this is just kind of the course logistics that we have. This is our schedule for the upcoming year. As you know, we have a July 16th offering that will end on August 26th, and the time that your sync sessions will will be on Thursdays from 6 until 7 p.m. And those exact dates are actually found on our website, but I can go over them right now. July 19th, July 26th, August 2nd, August 9th, August 16th, and then August 23rd would be your last meeting, and your final assignment would be due that following Sunday. The fees for the courses are all the same. It's $695, and with attending the information session, you can get a $100 discount off of the first class, and I'll go over that in one of the next slides. But this is kind of how it will work if you're wanting to enroll on the July 16th, and you would be expected to be finished if you were to take all 3 courses in the series by March 31st. So there's a little time to finish up with that, and you'll notice too that the more as you go into the more difficult courses or the more in-depth courses, that the information sessions or the sync sessions will be an hour and a half opposed to an hour.
And I'll just say too, you can take the courses in any order.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's dial that back. After you take the first course, you can take the courses in any order. Yeah. So courses 2 and 3 are about equivalent in terms of the expectations and prerequisites that are expected.
Yeah. Oh, and I also wanted to mention too that with this series, we also give you a student license to Tableau. So if you don't already have access to Tableau, you're able to get a student license for 6 months, and that will work on 2 separate computers. So if you have a work computer that you're planning on using at the office, or if you have a laptop at home, you can use 2 different machines for this license. And here is just a look at our digital badging. Digital badging is a new thing that we just kind of started doing. But basically what happens is you are expected to participate out of 5 of the 6 synchronous sessions for the courses, and there is a final project. So if you attend 5 of the 6 synchronous sessions and you complete the final project with a passing grade of 70, you would be eligible for the digital badging. And the digital badging comes from Credly, which integrates with our system, and you can use these digital badges and you can actually put them up on LinkedIn. You can use them for social media, so it looks really nice. If you complete all 3 courses in the series, then you get another digital badge, right?
Yeah, exactly. You'll have the whole skill. And what these communicate, the badge is a verifiable proof that you have the skill. And so from our perspective, if you're doing the project at a level that the instructor passes through, then you've demonstrated the skill in that area, and you'll get the badge. Yep,
and the badge never goes away. Correct. So once you get the badge is yours forever. It's housed somewhere on the internet forever. So you have that digital badge for life. Let's see. Oh, the $100 coupon. Okay, so probably a good reason why some of you are attending is to get the $100 coupon off of your class. So the way that this works is after the information session is completed, tomorrow you'll get an email just with a link to a survey. And once you complete the survey, and the survey is just basically about the information session. We always appreciate feedback, even for information sessions. So once you complete the survey, you will get an email with the coupon code to get $100 off of the course. And you can use that online, or you can use that directly by calling student services. If you have any questions about that, then feel free to reach out to me directly. And I can always reiterate my contact information at the end of this. Okay, so we're at the questions portion.
Yeah, let's see what we have.
So is this a continuous 6 months?
The structure of the courses is 6 weeks for each of the courses. So 6 o'clock every week on, say, Wednesday, for example, or which day are we on?
So it depends on the layout. If you start at a certain time, it could take only 6 months. But I think with the way that things are laid out with the holidays, generally people don't want to be taking classes late into December. And so There is a way for you to enroll and take all 3 courses within 6 months. But I think at this entry point, it will probably take a little bit longer just because the 3rd class will be offered in winter quarter and you'll have a long break for the holiday season. People generally appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then we have another person that asked how many people will be enrolled in one class. I think up to 25 participants.
Yep, we are capping it at 25, and then so there will be somewhere between 9 and 25 people in a class.
Yep. And let's see what this chat window looks like. Okay, so let's see what Corey says. I currently work as a data analyst, and I have experience with Python and pandas and plotting with Matplotlib. I am great with Excel too. I just have not spent that much time with Tableau. Should I skip the introductory course? My goal is to obtain skills with Tableau dashboards, but I don't want to be left behind right out of the gates.
Yeah, I think that in answer to that question, right, you have some great analytics skills. The question is how are the visualization skills? The first course will go, it starts basic with Tableau. And it also covers key visualization skills. So, what's the cognitive science behind how you would decide what type of visualization you would use. All of that is covered in the first course. So if you need to build out your visualization skills, then I would say you'd start with the basic course. If you have deep experience with that or some experience with that, then you can start in one of the second courses, such as the dashboards course.
Okay.
I don't think you'd be lost necessarily with Tableau in that case, given your other technical skills.
Okay, and this is a good question from Amanda. How is the desktop version different from the enterprise version? I have heard that there are differences. Learning on one made me really confused by the other. Why is it a badge and not a certification, and what is the difference?
Okay, so that's a number of questions.
Yeah.
So there are differences between the desktop version and the online version. However, those differences are being steadily closed. And as I've understood it from the Tableau team, at this point, it's some slight procedural differences. The vast majority of the work that you do in this course should translate to an online version if you're using that. So if that's what you end up doing, then most of the skill will transfer. And also, just learning Tableau and the way Tableau works and the concepts behind the application will give you a transferable skill set. I
just want to add one thing. So when we also met with the Tableau representatives, they also said that they had no intention of stopping the desktop version. So even though people are using the enterprise version, the desktop version is still going to be available and is pretty popular amongst their clientele. So
absolutely.
I think that's an important thing to note.
Especially when you have in-house repositories for data. Yeah. Okay, and then the badge versus certification question. So the course gives 6 continuing education units as its set of credits from UC Davis Extension. So continuing education credits are not academic credits per se. So and to get a certificate from UC Davis Extension, the minimum size is 12 academic credits, which tends to involve a lot more learning size. So the reason why it's not a certification is that the knowledge for the courseware, the knowledge requirements just aren't big enough for a certification. The badging is a way to allow people to showcase this useful skill, though, and so we're offering a badge with the course to allow people to showcase that skill development that they get from being in this course. And the badge is verifiable, right? So it is a credible proof of learning.
Will you be showing us Tableau, or are you just describing the classes? Thanks.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We're just describing the classes today. We won't be showing Tableau.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, and then I had another question in the
Can we go up to the top to the one on
BI? Yeah, I had another question about if it takes more than 6 months to complete the courses, will I need to buy my own Tableau license? That answer is actually no. Thank you for reminding me. We are able to offer students 2 Tableau licenses. So if the program takes you more than 6 months to complete, then we would just give you another Tableau student license that would give you an additional 6 months. So.
Great. And John, your BI, this question came up in one of our last sessions when Josh and Suk were there, and they had indicated that some of your Power BI skills would transfer, concepts and structures for thinking would transfer to using Tableau and vice versa. But it's not exact, right? The procedures, the interface, you have to learn things that are visually different than what you've experienced, and there may be some surprises, right? Things that solve problems that you've seen in Power BI, or things that don't work as well as you expect, given your experience with Power BI.
Yep. And Carlos said, I have a temporary Tableau license. Can I access the class version later on? And the answer is yeah. I think so, right?
Well, I think Carlos should get should get the class license because it's a full-featured license.
Oh, okay.
So the class license is full-featured Tableau. It's just limited to 6 months, unless you need to renew it to complete your courses.
Oh, okay. So there you go. There's your answer.
Let's see if we have any other questions.
I think that is it.
All right, perfect. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us again today. We appreciate your attendance. You'll be getting email from us from Liz. Please reach out as you have questions. Liz will be frontline for questions.
Mm-hmm.
She'll route your questions inside our organization or to our instructors. If whoever needs to answer your question will get the question to the right place.
Yep, and here's my contact information.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks, Liz.
Yeah.
So I think we're good, and everybody have a good rest of your lunch, and we're hoping to see you in the courses.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a nice afternoon. Take care.
Oh, we have one more raised hand.
One more raised hand. I'm not an American citizen, currently here on a H4. Am I eligible for this program? I believe you would be, because it's an online program. So the beauty of online is that you can take these courses at any time. So I would have to look into that, but if you want to send me an email directly, just shoot me an email or give me a call, and I'll find the correct answer for you as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.